Hello, music people. In this video, I will be explaining how to use a microphone properly. It might be a topic that you think is pretty self-evident, might be something you already think you know how to do, but in reality, I've found that most people do not know how to use a microphone properly. That's why I'm explaining it in this video. The first thing that you need to know is that you really need to hold the microphone as close to your mouth as possible. Imagine the microphone as a flashlight and you are wanting to shine the flashlight directly into your mouth. It's actually going to be better for me to show you what I mean if you can look at me on an angle like this. You see how I have the microphone? It is very close to my mouth. In fact, it's touching it. And that might seem a little bit gross and a little bit unsanitary, but it's really necessary to really get this close to your mouth. And sometimes the mic might even touch your mouth in that process. If you're uncomfortable with that, you could also rest the microphone on the space just between your bottom lip and your chin as kind of a guide for how close the mic really needs to be at your mouth. It makes an enormous difference, the distance away from your microphone in terms of the volume of your voice through a PA system. And in order to demonstrate that, I'm going to show you what a difference it makes in this video right now, because currently, the only sound that this camera is picking up is coming out of this microphone. I'm not using the built-in microphones on this camera right now. And so you should be able to tell a difference in volume as I move this microphone further away from my mouth. So I'm going to continue to speak at the same volume, and I'm slowly going to move the microphone away from my mouth. So, here we go. Testing, 1, 2, 3. 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 If this mic was actually being run through a PA system instead of a video camera, those differences in the volume of my voice would be even more pronounced than what you just experienced there in this little test that we just did. So make sure you keep the microphone very close to your mouth, pointed directly at the sound source, your mouth. The other thing that you need to realize is that you need to, whether you're speaking into a mic or singing into a microphone, that does not mean that you no longer have to project your voice. You still need to speak loudly and clearly when you are addressing a group of people. You still need to sing and project with confidence when you are using a microphone. I think sometimes people think that they can just speak at a conversational volume as if they were just talking to one person that's 2 feet in front of them into a mic, but that's not true. That's not what a microphone gives you permission to do. You still need to project and use a strong, confident voice when you are using a microphone. Now, if you are using a microphone to do a combination of singing and speaking, which is common for lots of singers, especially if the singer is a front person of a band, typically people sing louder than they speak. And so you're singing a song and then the band stops and you want to talk to the audience to introduce the next number. You will actually have to make a point of speaking louder than you normally would, so that your speaking voice is at the same or similar volume as your singing voice. Otherwise, what I've seen happen lots of times is a singer will be singing at a certain volume, then they'll speak, and the volume is like half or even a third of what it would be if that person was singing into the mic, because they're just sort of speaking in kind of a timid way. So generally speaking, singers, if you're singing into a mic and then you have to speak way louder than you think is necessary into the mic. Speak loudly, speak confidently. Otherwise, the audience is not going to be able to hear what you're trying to say. It's literally, there's that much of a difference in volume between speaking and singing. The third thing that I need to tell you, and this is a common mistake, and world famous performers make this mistake. You may have been noticing all this time that I am holding the microphone down here using the handle. Yes, a microphone has a handle, and that is where your hand is meant to go. It's not meant to go here. No. It's not supposed to go here. No. This is where you speak into the microphone, and this is where you hold the microphone. You may have seen some famous singers, some famous rappers holding a mic like this. You might think that it looks cool. You might think that there's some kind of a sound-related advantage to doing that. And I'm here to tell you that there isn't. If you see Kanye West holding the microphone like this, I can guarantee you that the sound person is working like crazy to compensate for the loss of sound quality that's resulting from him doing this. Here's what happens. This microphone, this is a Shure SM58. It's a really famous microphone, and it has a cardioid polar pattern, and basically what that means is the mic is designed in such a way to pick up everything that's directly in front of it and to reject sounds that are coming from behind it. If you use your hand to cover this bottom part of the mic, what you're doing is you are working against the design of the microphone and turning it into an omnidirectional microphone. So suddenly the sound is actually going to be picked up on this part of the microphone. So if you've got a monitor speaker on the floor right in front of you, which is often the case in live situations, if you've got your hand here, your mic is going to be way more prone to feedback. The other problem that it causes, and I have experimented this myself by putting a microphone through a PA, trying different things, I have found that if you put your hand here like this, it adds a bunch of unclear high frequencies to the sound of your voice. If you put your hand even further and cover the top half of the microphone like this, I actually find that it adds a bunch of unclear, unpleasant mid-range frequencies to your voice. And so if you're doing this, the sound person is just going to be working to compensate for the fact that you're not using the microphone properly and you're making your voice sound worse, not better. And you are opening yourself up to more feedback problems. If you don't believe me that that is true, I will prove it to you in just a moment. So there you have it. Hopefully you believe me that it is best and proper and wise to hold your mic down here. Don't cover up the microphone grill with your hand. There is no good reason to. There are only negative consequences to doing so. So 3 key things really to remember when you're using a microphone. Hold it nice and close to your mouth. Speak and sing strong, loud, and confident into the mic, and don't cover up the mic grill with your hand. So there you go. Hopefully this video has been helpful, and I will see you next time.